This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather and Connie Chung.
Good evening. Dan Quayle dropped a Campaign 96 bombshell today. He said he will not run for the Republican nomination after all. He says the problem isn't medical or money. It has to do with his family. He said he doesn't want to put his family through another rigorous national campaign. Whatever it is, the early Quayle dropout is already having an impact on the rest of the presidential flock. Chief Washington correspondent Bob Schieffer has the story.
Are we gonna have some fun tonight?
Just a month ago, Quayle told a cheering hometown crowd he had recovered from recent illnesses and was ready to run for president. But today, in a surprise written statement from his Indianapolis home, he said he has decided not to. As Quayle himself stayed out of sight, a top strategist said Quayle's health was not a factor. It was simply a matter of money.
It's not just a question of how much money you can raise, but it's how quickly can you do it, and having to start so much earlier than we've ever had to start before.
Another who opted out sympathized.
Fundraising is a huge problem today in American politics, and I don't want to sound like a martyr, but I think Dan came to the conclusion he couldn't raise the money. I respect that.
It would have been tough. Quayle never recovered from the misstatements and spelling errors that left him the butt of many jokes. Jokes still remembered at a conservative convention today.
I was looking forward to his speaking and spelling potato again.
His old boss was more understanding.
So he'll always have a warm spot in my heart. He took a tremendous pounding. He never jumped away from his president either.
So which candidate benefits now?
Oh, I don't know. I don't want to get into that game. I don't know who it helps.
Translation?
I am probably the greatest beneficiary of Dan Quayle deciding not to make this race.
Clearly, Dole and Graham, who've raised the most money, are the Republican frontrunners now. Back in the pack, former Tennessee Governor Lamar Alexander and a group thinking about running, California Governor Pete Wilson, columnist Pat Buchanan, and Senators Richard Lugar of Indiana and Arlen Specter of Pennsylvania. And then there are the wild cards, Colin Powell, if he should decide he's a Republican, and Newt Gingrich, if he decides being Speaker of the House isn't enough.
What Gingrich decides may prove the most interesting. He says being Speaker is enough, but guess what? He's planning a vacation in New Hampshire. Bob Schieffer, CBS News at the Capitol.
Nearly 2 years after the World Trade Center bombing, an Arab fugitive has been arrested and charged as the chief terrorist in that plot. 2 days ago, he was hiding out halfway around the world. Today, he was in a courtroom a few blocks from the scene of the crime. Correspondent Diana Olick begins our coverage.
The man authorities labeled the mastermind of the World Trade Center bombing was whisked into the United States and into federal court in New York under tight security. 27-year-old Ramzi Ahmed Yusuf smiled as he entered the courtroom and pleaded not guilty to creating and exploding the bomb that killed 6 people and injured more than 1,000 others.
He was in fine spirits this morning considering the conditions and the ordeal he went through.
Yusuf was on the run for 2 years as 4 others were tried and convicted in the bombing attack. Prosecutors say Yusuf's fingerprints were found in the storage shed where the bomb was made and that he helped drive the rental van containing the bomb into the Trade Center.
He was the key man in the bombing of the World Trade Center.
James Fox was the head of the FBI's New York office at the time of the bombing.
He obviously knew what he was doing, and if we didn't get him, we would have heard from him again in the future, I'm afraid.
New York authorities have now dealt a series of blows against terrorism. Another terrorism trial continues this week. 11 men, including Sheikh Omar Abdel Rahman, are accused of plotting a series of attacks in New York that included the World Trade Center bombing. One of the men accused pleaded guilty last Monday. Yusuf is not charged in that case, but if convicted on the 11 counts he now faces, prosecutors could put